What is going on, everybody? My name is Zach from Noble Games, and today I thought it would be fun if we made a quick impressions video of the Battlefront beta, seeing as it just came out this past weekend and is ending soon. The game officially comes out November 17th, 2015, which I'm sure anyone that played the beta or has been watching this game at all is incredibly excited about it. A lot of people have a lot to say about this game, between a lot of hate out of fear and a lot of happiness out of love. And I gotta tell you, from playing the beta, I think the game is incredible. I mean, absolutely amazing. As soon as you jump in, it's Star Wars. I mean, it doesn't feel like Battlefield with a Star Wars tone. It feels like a Battlefront game to me. So whatever kind of negative information you are receiving from people or opinions or whatever it is, maybe just go ahead and ignore that, because the game itself is incredibly fun. I spent the majority of my time playing Walker Assault, which is the game mode that you're looking at right now. I think that is probably going to be the best game mode, especially when they add maps like the Forest of Endor, I believe, and then maybe even Tatooine, like Mos Eisley, so on and so forth. There's a ton of places we can go. But what I love about playing Walker Assault is when you step back for a moment and just like fathom that you are in Star Wars. Like, you're on Hoth right now, and you really feel like you're on Hoth. And so you're sitting there, and it's beautiful, and the ships are flying over you, and all the incredible sound effects, and the best explosions ever in gaming, period. I mean, I don't care what people really say. Like, for me, best explosions ever, best sound effects. I'm not going to go out on a limb and be like best graphics, but their graphics are incredible, as you can tell, and it runs smooth as butter. So maybe if we could just take a moment, like, I'd like to talk about a couple things in the game. So obviously you might have heard it's really, really difficult for the rebels to win on the Battle of Hoth, which is fine, I guess. I mean, apparently they're supposed to be at a disadvantage, but it's all an illusion, because I've played plenty of games where the rebels were really organized, and we took, the AT-ATs down before they could even pass the second phase. There's kind of like 3 or 4 different areas that they reach, in which, or I should say, like 3 or 4 beacons you have to, if you're on the rebels, you have to activate them and defend them, which is pretty difficult at times, because you can be easily overwhelmed by the Empire. Vice versa, the rebels can easily overwhelm the Empire via flanking them. A couple of things my friends and I may have abused is you can sneak behind enemy lines and grab one of the turrets that you're seeing right here, the kind of strange looking one on the left that I just flew past. It's like an anti-infantry turret, and it kills people in like 2 or 3 hits, not even. And you can shoot them basically like a sniper rifle across the map. So if you get into a cannon that's really far away, like I would, you could rack up like 30 kills no problem. Also, if you get on their flank, you could rack up like 30 kills no problem and have like very few deaths. I've had plenty of games where it's just like, man, I'm just not having a good day, and the game kind of whoops on you a little bit. But you know what? Like, find me an FPS that doesn't do that to the player once in a while when they're playing. You're gonna have your good games, you're gonna have your bad ones. This game feels so fun. It at times is difficult to get mad at. Like, you might get mad from dying a couple times in a row. Maybe you're getting spawn killed. That can be obnoxious. But here's the thing. You have, it's kind of like a buddy system. So you get one partner. And so you can choose to spawn on your partner, or you can choose to just spawn like where everyone else is spawning, if your partner isn't in that location. But the thing is, so you can have a group, but when you are in the battlefield, this is one of my biggest problems, is they don't make it easy for you to find your friends. And that's kind of ridiculous to me, because it's a war, it's Star Wars, it's like, I want to kill the rebel scum, I want to kill the Empire with my friends, and I want to know where they are. Finding their names in blue with a blue sky and like a snowy white palette is much harder than you'd think. But for your partner, your one and only partner that you can spawn on, their name is in big, beautiful gold letters, and you can find them anywhere you need to. But I found, like, what squad is just 2 people? Why would that even be? Why that is even in this game seems really ridiculous to me. For example, my brother and I were trying to play with the third member, and he's kind of like, it's like you go out to dinner with you and your girlfriend and you invite your friend with you and he feels like a third wheel. Like, it's almost like you're just this guy in the background and you never really know where your teammates are. I mean, you know where your team is, but not your squad, whom, like, the people you are playing with. What I think they need to do is just kind of put a system in that's much simpler, where it's just, you know, invite your friends to a squad and then you all go in and you can see where they all are instead of just this one person. Now, moving on, with that in mind, they have some cool features. They have this thing that's kind of like a deck system, right? And so as you level up your guy, in the beta you can only go to level 5 or 6, I believe. But as you level up to rank 5, 6, 7, 8, and beyond, you will gain access to cards, which are like abilities. So some cards are weapons. For example, there's like the, I don't know the name of the cycler rifle. That's the name of it. The cycler rifle, which is like a sniper rifle in this game. I don't have any footage in this video to show you, but it's pretty awesome. Basically what it is if you look where it shows the cards on the bottom right, triangle is like a special card, which you have a certain amount of, and you can purchase them with the points you acquire as you play the game. And then you use these points. For example, I'm using a personal shield so I can survive just that much longer. But the cycler rifle, unfortunately, can shoot right through that shield, which is a pain in my asshole. So if we look where L1 and R1 are, as you can see in R1 I have a jetpack, which is so much fun, and L1 I have thermal detonators. Now, you don't have a certain amount of these. Instead, what you do is you throw your grenade and then it recharges. That also includes the cycler rifle, which is 1 shot, then a recharge, 10 seconds. Same goes for your jetpack and everything else, right? That keeps an incredible balance. I really, really like the way they did that. I think it was really smart. A couple other game modes they had was, of course, the cooperative, like, wave mode, the survival mode, which was on Tatooine. It's pretty cool. They only let you go to, like, wave 6. I think my brother and I finished it in, like, 4 minutes. It was kind of boring because it was extremely easy. It's like, us gamers need a little bit of a challenge here. And then moving on, we also have, what is it, Drop Zone on Sullus, which is also really cool. That's definitely more geared to objective, like really objective-based players who like a smaller, intense battle. It's not team deathmatch. They have a mode called Blast Mode, which is your team deathmatch mode. However, that was not in the beta, so I can't really talk about it. I have no opinion of it. I'm sure it's going to be incredible, because Walker Assault is basically team deathmatch. So even though on Walker Assault it's 20v20, you'd think, oh man, there's just so much room and there won't be enough action. Wow, I could have never been so much more. There's more action than there is in any Battlefield game I've played. And the way this works is the buddy system. So because you can spawn so quickly on your friend or your ally that's fighting beside you, excuse me, you can get right back into the thick of it. At the snap of a finger, at the blink of an eye, at the beat of a heart, whatever you want to say, you can get right back in there. So the illusion is that for if you're a rebel, the Empire is just coming over and over again, and you can't get away from it, and vice versa. You know, the rebels just keep being reinforced and coming back into the battlefield, and you're having this incredible head-to-head. A couple of the heroes are really fun. They're kind of like, I describe it as like driving a battle tank for the first time. It's like you got to figure out how to control this thing. They don't move particularly quick. They kind of get this like jumping glide move, which is fun, but it's not like the greatest for getting around the battlefield. But they are really awesome. There were definitely plenty of moments where I was fighting behind Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and they are just holding their shield up, parrying bullets like you couldn't even imagine. Sorry, laser blasts like you couldn't even imagine, and you're like being defended by this. It's really amazing. I don't want to talk too much longer. I'm kind of nearing the end of the video for myself. The game, in my opinion, I would absolutely recommend it. It is incredibly fun. I think when it releases and there are other maps to do, the game will be infinitely more exciting. There will also be, you know, all the other game modes. Plus, before we end this, I want to say their flying, I think it's amazing and arcadey and works perfect for Star Wars. And when Rogue Squadron comes out, or whatever that game mode is, it's going to be mind-blowing. So I highly recommend this game if no one got to try it, and I hope everyone else is looking forward to it coming out just like I did. Thanks for watching.